Good day, my name is Ofeokogune Emmanuel, a civil engineering graduate of Edo State University. I graduated last year, and that's 2024 August. Yeah, but I'm currently serving. I'm doing my National Youth Service Corps. But my prime place of assignment, there's actually no work there, so they told us to sit at home. So instead of me sitting at home, I tried to actually make myself busy and actually start doing things that will actually get me paid or stuff like that. Yeah, so I took some courses. Yeah, I took some courses which I actually wrote the exams this weekend. Yeah, this weekend, and the results are coming out in a few months. Courses like customer relationship management, human resource management, emotional intelligence, and communications in the workplace from like two different firms. So so why sales? Like ever since I've been a child, I've actually loved to actually go into that area, that sales, the whole sales stuff. Yeah, because I love the fact where they have to have meetings, um, deliberate on ideas to actually drive these sales, to actually make sure that okay, yeah, they're actually selling. You get the targets they are meeting up with, the competitive nature also, yeah, with other brands. You get the competitive nature also with other brands. That's what actually even gets me pumped up. But in Nigeria, yeah, when there's science and when there's arts, with the whole African parents and all, so I had to go to science class. I couldn't even pursue my vision then because wow, what where do you want to now start getting opportunities for sales and all this if you go to science class? So I just had to go to science class, study civil engineering. Yeah, but recently we're doing a marketing and tech conference in Macac. There was a speaker that spoke and said he entered marketing through the back door. Like how it was like he's a science student, studied something concerning chemistry. I was also, but now he's in marketing, he's a full-time marketer. But it was through his mentor. He was just learning so I said, okay, this is a great step for me. Also with the internship program, which is going to be a big boost to whatever I've gathered so far in the side jobs I've done or going into it full time. Yeah, this internship will actually get me to more experience and actually be a big part of my progress going so far in life. Also, communication tells you, all right, yeah, talking about the Macac conference, the Macac, I went there to pitch my product like a startup. I went there to pitch my startup. So one thing I noticed is that to actually sell to these people, to actually sell your idea, you have to like make sure that it's like you are conversating with them. Yeah, both the audience and the judges. You want to see them nodding or stuff like that, showing gestures. Yeah, and I understood that okay, selling to them, you want to sell the solution to a problem to them, not just your product. My product is fine, very beautiful, it's the best in the market, but what does it do? You want to tell them that okay, this problem, you give them the problem and say okay, this is the problem, you are solving this problem. You want to make them get to understand that, and that actually helped me become one of the finalists for the Maca competition. Okay, and okay, tackling the sales challenge. What do you think is the toughest? Okay, what do I think is the toughest? Okay, it's actually selling. It's actually selling, getting people to sell. You understand? Actually making people send you the money, like let them transfer. You understand? Yeah. I'm a visa agent for a company, Launchify Global Solutions. One of the biggest challenges is actually making people transfer. Everybody wants to jackpot. Everybody's saying they want to leave Nigeria. They want to leave Nigeria. They want to leave Nigeria. But how do you actually, when it comes to, they will ask everything, they will ask from here to heaven and earth, but to transfer, that's the thing. How do you make them transfer? It's actually what to overcome that challenge is actually gaining their trust. You are gaining their trust. Make sure they are building their relationship, you understand, with all your customers, whether big or small. You understand? You want to make sure you are building that relationship. When you build that relationship, when it's time to transfer, the deals have closed. When it's time to transfer, they will know that okay, now you, because you be my guy. Exactly. That's why they are transferring. But even the ones you don't know, they'll be like, okay, somebody told me about it. Somebody told me about it. So building that relationship is actually one way to overcome those challenges. Those challenges. That toughest challenge. Then my superpower. Well, my superpower is that as a person, my motto is never give up. So I pride myself in the fact that whatever task I'm given, I try to make sure to see it through. Understand? Whatever thing I'm given, whatever thing I'm told to do, I make sure that okay, I see it through. And in every place I find myself in, I actually want to make sure that there's a saying, whatever you are doing, whatever is worth doing is worth doing well. Yeah, even civil engineering was a course that I said, okay, I should just pick up. You get, they were like, I should fill my jam form. I just came from the hostel. My mom was like, I should turn print because when the hostel, they will not actually register for jam in the hostel, so I had to leave the hostel. Yeah. So since even she actually put medicine there, I had to call my father and say I don't study medicine. No. He said, "What do you want to study?" I just thought about it. There was a telenovela I watched concerning architecture. I actually loved what they did there. Since it's science, I just said, okay, civil engineering. So I told my mom civil engineering. She said, "Are you sure?" Yes. And funny enough, all the courses I did in all the subjects I did per se in school were like food and nutrition and also, but actually when I went to class civil engineering, I actually loved maths. I actually loved maths. So it was easy for me to settle in and all that. And as I said, everything what doing is what doing well. So I pride myself to actually make sure that I was one of the best. Yeah. Even in the civil engineering class, I graduated with the best results, yeah, with second class upper. So with everything I try to do, I make sure that I want to do it. So I have to put in all my efforts. You understand? I want to put in all my effort, make sure to be the best. Yeah, to be the best in whatever I do, and with the fact that I never give up. So my greatest strength is that I will never give up. I will actually put in all my efforts in actually doing any task I'm being assigned to. So yeah, thank you very much for this opportunity, and I hope to actually be among the people that actually get into this internship, which is actually going to be a big boost for me in my sales and marketing career. Thank you very much.